Thursday's Loose Women live. It's Kay Adams, Frankie Bridge, Kelly Brook and Nadia Suwana.
Welcome to your Thursday show. Loads on the menu this lunchtime for you, including Love at First Sight or not. Blind Date is coming back apparently, but can blind dates ever really work? A lot of Priscilla there.
Oh.
That's our debate at 1:15. Also, is it okay to leave your grandkids more than your own kids in your will? A shocking story of a mum who stole money that her mother had left for her granddaughters. That's in a few minutes. And the soap awards are on the telly tonight.
And the British Soap Award for Best Family goes to...
It's been a tough year for our soap families, with Corrie's Gale leaving behind the Platts. So what happens when the linchpin of the family is no longer around? No. But first, it's the front page. What else can we talk about today? It's all over the tabloids, it's all over social media. Meghan Markle and the video. She posted this yesterday. There you go, folks. She's twerking in the labour room before giving birth to Lilibet, who she just turned 4, actually. The little girl was just 4 yesterday. She wasn't. So, safe to say, this video has provoked quite a reaction, hasn't it? Yeah. Some of the headlines, like this one. Did they think twerking like trailer trash teens would endear them to the masses? It's pretty strong, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And one royal commentator suggesting that the late Queen would have been appalled. Yes. What do you think, Nadia? Would she have been appalled?
Well, you know what? This popped up on my Instagram yesterday, and I was feeling a bit down, and it popped up. I thought, oh, my God, how joyful somebody... And you know me, I'm obsessed with birth. I had my babies at home. I love hearing other women's birth stories.
You really looked at that and said how joyful?
Yeah, I did. I was like, it's 2 young people having a baby, you know. So I just posted it on my Instagram and just said, oh, what things did you do to get the baby moving? Because, you know, it's the spicy curry and all that. Anyway, it was quite nice to begin with. People were just giving their stories of how they, you know, got the baby to come. And then it just turned into this absolute vitriol of hate from people. I was absolutely disgusted, and people were saying to me, oh, you should take it down, you're getting so much hate. Oh, turn the comments off. And I thought, no, I'm not going... Because for a minute, I thought, should I take this down? I thought, no. Because... And then people were like, oh, don't you know what? They've done this, they've done that. They're a royal family, they shouldn't be behaving like... I said, do you know what? I didn't look at them in any way that... I just saw 2 people having a baby, and I thought it was a cute video.
There isn't it?
Well, they get so much trolling, don't they? But do you think that's because they've just wanted to be private for so long, and now obviously she's like launching this business, so she's sharing a lot more of her life, and so it's that kind of contradiction, isn't it?
You don't think that, and you could say to your friend, God, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Come on, Nadia.
No, but
I mean, I know how social media works.
You did not see what people were saying.
No, but as someone that does a lot of cringe things, I would say that I found it cringe, but I do a lot of cringe things as well. Yeah. And when I work with like younger people and I start dancing around in the studio, they do look at me like, oh no.
Yeah.
I think it's just that, isn't it?
I'm with Nadia. I thought it was quite nice. I thought it was quite funny that just to see those kind of people, like, you know, I know they're not part of the royal family now, but back in the day, like imagining them like standing there doing their duties and then just in their own time just being in the room together, like, and that's all I saw of it.
I get what you're saying, but I saw 2 things, I have to say. When I saw the video, I mean, she looks like a goddess, an absolute goddess. She moves fantastically, and I just went back to my birth when I had hemorrhoids. I'm sorry if that's too much information. Fat
she could have been
ankles.
dancing the pain away with hemorrhoids.
I
had sciatica.
No, but that's it. It's not relatable, is it? Because women are looking at it like, oh God, even like you giving birth is like Instagrammable and joyous and amazing. Do you ever have a bad day, Meghan? Because everything's so perfect.
Yeah, but like other people have nice births. I don't understand.
Did you ever
anger?
Like, could you? No, I'm not angry. I mean,
you are a bit, Kay.
No, I'm not.
Hey, you're coming across a bit angry.
I had hemorrhoids.
Well, I've got to say, I am not. I'm still angry about the hemorrhoids. No, you're
right. You've never got rid of them, have you?
Yeah. To be fair, I'm quite attached to them now. I am absolutely not angry, but they're clever people. They know how it works. They knew they would get this response. We cannot pretend that this response...
She's got a business.
No, I'm not saying anything wrong with it, but I'm just saying, who's surprised at the hate? They absolutely knew they would get this. Now, if they make that decision in that full knowledge, fair play to them. That's entirely up to them.
you know
But come on, let's not be surprised.
No, you know what I was? I was depressed because I thought, how can people be that nasty
Why are you
about
depressed by
somebody
social
that's
media? We know what
just-
social media
I don't know. I
is.
suppose I'm not totally desensitised yet. I couldn't understand it. It was like, these are just two people that are joyful. And actually, lots of people were sharing really lovely ways that they'd got their baby to come. And so, yeah, I mean, you know, I got over it 5 minutes later, but I was just like, what a shame.
I know. It's like
What a
clickbait,
shame.
though. I think people know if they put a video of them in a scathing headline, they're going to get a lot of attention, and it works for the
Yeah.
media, it works for the newspapers.
But she does run a business. And a business
Well,
now,
exactly, and
unless
she
you
took,
are...
She took that decision.
Yeah, so
as
what's
a
wrong with that?
businesswoman, so fair enough.
I
But,
just think it's mad. We're all...
I mean, if you
talking
run a
about it
business
so
like that, you want the whole world to be talking about you. The whole world is talking about her job done. So it's fine.
Blam.
But obviously, you can't control how people are
But the
going to
point is,
talk about
Kate,
you.
she doesn't want... She's told everyone she doesn't want the world talking about her and she wants to be private.
Right,
So that's where
okay.
everyone's getting confused. It's like, well, what is it?
I think you can be confused because I did say to my friend, I was like, oh, it's funny, isn't it? Like, they don't want
Yeah.
to share stuff, but then they share things like that or whatever. And I think you can question it without being hateful.
Yeah, well, no, that's absolutely right. And it's
Okay.
interesting, it's 4 years on. Honestly, I'm not hating on them. I don't see them to be hating. And I like the fact that it's 4 years on. I mean, obviously, my eldest is now 23, but I might release the picture of my hemorrhoids. You never know.
Please do. And it won't make a headline, and then you'll be upset. That's the worst thing. That's the worst
Well, I tell you what, I hope I don't get a pile on. Come on, that was a good job.
Yes, it was. I did, yeah. Come on. Good hemorrhoid pun.
Very good, very good.
Now, a mother has been ordered to pay back £50,000 inheritance that she stole from her two daughters. Oh dear, what a sad photograph that is, isn't it? Catherine Hill and her 93-year-old father Gerald were given suspended sentences after pocketing 50 grand, which was left by the woman's mum for the two granddaughters in her will. The judge told Hill that she stole the money because she was so annoyed that her daughters had received more money than she had. So, I mean, how would you react in that situation if your parents' money was left to your kids and not you, Nadia?
Well, I mean, that's theft. Just because it's your own blood doesn't mean it's not theft. In fact, it's worse. I cannot imagine. Mind you, I'm thinking back to all the Easter eggs that I have stolen from my kids. And actually, that is not right, because sometimes they've cried. But beyond that, that is... can you imagine stealing from your own children?
No, but would you be hacked off? Would you be hacked off if your parents left money to your children and not you?
Listen, I don't think it's about the money. I think that people want to know. Wills are all about whatever anyone says, you're left wondering how much that person cared about you.
Yeah.
So if you've got no money and you've got 2 books and 3 children, and you give 2 books to 2 children, you don't go to the other one, that is going to cause pain and anguish and sadness. But it doesn't excuse stealing.
No.
I mean, that's not OK. But I do think we have to be... wills are just so blooming complicated that... I mean, I haven't even spoken to my parents about their will because I just don't want to... And smart people do. They talk to their parents. They know who executor
Yeah,
is,
I
all of
did.
that.
I asked my mum, and it was so awkward.
Did you?
Yeah, because it's an awkward conversation because my dad passed away, and I just want to kind of have an understanding of what she would want. Because
Yes.
I've got all mine sorted. I sorted all my will, everything. I know where I'm going. I know who's getting what.
What do you mean you know where you're going?
I know where I'm going to be.
Buried?
Yeah, everything.
No.
Yeah.
Have you bought a plot?
I haven't bought a plot, but I know where it's going to be.
Have you?
And it's all in there because I'm such a control freak, and I would hate people to have the conversations when I'm gone. Oh no, she would have wanted this and she would have wanted that. It's like, no, it's there in black and white. You know what my wishes are, and that's really important
And do you know
to
that's
me.
a really loving thing to do for people?
I think it is.
Because
It's
when people
confusing.
don't know, I remember when I was talking to somebody and the father of somebody that had died, and they were all in a quiver. They didn't know what to do and they didn't know how to do it. And I said, oh, he always said to me that he wanted to be buried. And they were like, did he? They had no idea.
Yeah.
And they were mortified because they were planning a cremation. And so actually at that point I thought, God, it's so important to do that because
Especially in
people...
grief, because in grief
people
you're
want
like-
to do that
Yeah.
thing that the person wanted,
Yes,
didn't they?
yeah,
that's
and I
brilliant.
think when you're
it's the
grieving, you don't know.
emotion, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the emotion more than
Yeah.
anything. I think when it comes, like you say, like it's not about, with all of it, I think with the money, it's the emotion of being giving it because you feel like you're being seen by that person, they want to look after you still when they're gone and all of that. And then even if you've not made all the decisions, it's hard for people to make those decisions when they're emotional and they're grieving and things like that. So I suppose it's a...
So have you
good
got
thing
everything
to do.
sorted?
Yeah, kind of against my will, if I'm honest, because I really didn't want to acknowledge it. I really didn't want to think about
Because you
what
didn't
would
want to
happen
think
when
about
I'm
death.
gone. Yeah, I find it really hard. Like, I can't even say the word. I'm like, I didn't want to think about that thing. So I found it really difficult. And I think because I'm younger, I was like, oh, I'm still young. And actually, I've
Not
got
that
two
young,
kids.
though, are you?
Stop being so angry, Kate. I'm having a great time.
I do. Maybe that's why my mum and I have that awkward conversation because she is a bit older. She's like, "Oh God, you're."
So what did she
it's
say then when
horrible."
you started to raise
Well,
it?
I just asked her. I was like, what do you want? And then it was just it got distracted and we started talking about something else. But it would just be so nice to kind of know that something is in place and something. Like, I just want to know what people want because I can't
So
make those
organised.
decisions.
I think as
Especially if
long
you've
as
got
someone
siblings
knows.
as well, because I've got a
Yeah.
brother and I just want to make sure where everyone is on the same page. I see so many families fall out when people
Yeah.
pass away.
But I think there is an entitlement, and I don't like that part. Like, I think a lot of people feel like they are owed whatever their parents have had and what they're leaving.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a shame. I think, a lot of it comes out of love and wanting to feel seen and stuff. But I think there are the rare people that feel owed it, and if they don't get it, they're angry.
Yeah.
And like that woman, they'll do anything to get it. And I think that's when none of us are owed anything. Why should
No.
we be left anything at the end of someone's life?
Take a bow, Frankie, take a bow. Listen, it's been a tough year for soap's biggest families. We're all vying for best family in tonight's Soap Awards, but will the Slaters bring it home?
You're the one that went swanning off and left me dealing with Stacey climbing the walls. Oh. You marry Alfie and change your name back to Moon because as far as I'm concerned, you're no longer a Slater.
She'll always be a Slater.
Oh, they're falling apart without their family linchpin, Stacey. How does a family survive when the head of the family is no longer around? Our story's next.